Good morning, everyone. It's the final consecutive streaming day of the week, and on today's show, we got a lot to talk about, including a big celebration of my finally hitting Master Rank with Zangief in Street Fighter 6, plus the big Assassin's Creed Shadows announcement was this morning. I'll be talking all about it and covering as much as we know so far. All this and more on today's Level 1 podcast. Alrighty, so good morning and welcome to the show, everyone. Today indeed is Wednesday, the 15th of May, 2024. My final consecutive streaming day of the week. What a week it has been. The final week where we were basically wrapping up stuff that I've been working on for a bit, trying to finish up projects and or goals in games I've been playing before new content hits next week with the release of both Hellblade 2 and the Akuma update, as well as the balance patch for Street Fighter 6. So it's been a heck of a week. Very momentous, very full of, achievement and fun. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the whole week. Of course, today is no exception with what we're doing today, finishing up another Crab's Treasure, which will be epic to see how it ends. And of course, some silly fun with the Star Wars Battlefront collection to end the week. But we've got some good stuff to talk about today. What a week. We had a lot of gaming news this week, which is good, obviously, for the show. It's cool to be able to cover all of these topics with all of you and talk about what's going on in the gaming universe. I hope you've enjoyed the shows this week. Remember, if you like the content I do on this channel, give it a like. All of you who watch the show, it would be great if you could like the video and maybe leave some comments on it. That engagement helps the channel. And for as much as I'm known as a gamer on YouTube, it would be cool to get more traction on this podcast, which I do daily. And when I actually have a lot to talk about, it's pretty fun to do and pretty informative. So thank you to those who tune in every day for the show, whether it's live or on demand. I know that I have that audience, and thank you for stopping by. Now, being that it is the final streaming day of the week for me before my break tomorrow, obviously what I want to do is just let you know how the streams went yesterday, and then we're going to get to this big announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which was the big, everyone's talking about it right now. It's all over the internet. Everyone has their own opinion to share on what we've seen, and me too, obviously. So if you missed it this morning, it was 9 a.m. Pacific time, was the trailer dropped, and then they put a bunch of additional information out. We'll be covering all of that, okay? But before we get to that, let's recap yesterday. Let's update the schedule. Let's get through all of that so then we can get fully into the announcement, okay? So yesterday was a great streaming day. I had some interesting variety of news to talk about, including new leadership at Sony and other things like that. And then we got into Fallout 4 again. And it's funny because a game like Fallout 4, even when you feel like you have a clear-cut outline of what you want to do on a stream or a goal in mind or, set objectives you want to hit, that's the kind of game that you are always going to get distracted. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. Like, my goal, I was like, oh, what I want to do is I want to actually get to those missions that were added as the next-gen update hit a few weeks ago. Now I'm above level 20, so I feel like I've played enough of the game 20 hours in that I can actually, see what these are. I won't feel overpowered if I get some better items and things from them. But what ends up happening is I get totally distracted. We're going into the memory portion where you relive Kellogg's memories in the story. That then leads me to start doing the Silver Shroud quest line, which then leads me to start doing a quest line where I kill a bunch of criminals, which then leads me to do a quest line where this woman named Bobby No-Nose has me doing this dig mission, and next thing I know, the stream is over. And I'm like, holy crap, well, at least I got a lot done. I leveled up a bunch and did all this, but that's just what happens when you play Fallout 4 or any Fallout game. And that's one of the genius things about good Bethesda games is that one mission leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And then next thing you know, you're just so immersed in everything naturally occurring around you, hours have passed. You're like, what happened? I didn't even realize, right? So it was a great stream yesterday. I hope you'll check it out. Admittedly, attendance was good. Engagement was good. Support was pretty slow. And I don't know what happened. This is the second Fallout stream that we've done since I started playing the game about 3 weeks ago, where it slowed down like that. So it's not a constant, but I'm hoping that it doesn't become a big pattern, especially next week. I'm actually going to be playing Fallout 4 a lot because I'm trying to get in as much as I can before the new games start to hit or the new updates start to hit because I want to focus more on those. And so I want to get a lot of Fallout in last minute. So we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't continue. Last night, it was Street Fighter 6, and just let me say, taking the 4 days away from playing Street Fighter 6. You know, I last played it Friday. To wait until yesterday was a good idea. Because remember, I got so heated on Friday, so upset, trying to play this game. And let me tell you, I'm just going to say this. This gameplay I've been doing with Zangief for the last month, because it arguably has been about a month now, to try to get Zangief from the mid-diamond rank up to master. This has been the toughest thing I've done in Street Fighter 6. You know, getting Lily and Dalsim and all of them to master, that was nothing. Absolutely nothing compared to trying to do it with Zangief. Because right now, we're basically at the end of the first year of the game. Everyone who's still in there playing the game knows the meta. They know, oh, this is the flowchart of my character where I can guess 50-50 of a throw or a combo or a high-low. And they know exactly what to do online to get away with stuff. Meaning they know what you can and can't react to online. They trap you with these traps, but they know if you're playing offline, you'll easily parry it or get out of it. But online, forget it, right? So, to at this point be trying to get a character like Zangief, arguably bottom 2 characters in the game, right? To now be trying to get him to the master rank, it's the worst possible time. Everyone knows how to beat Zangief. In fact, arguably, again, playing against even people who aren't good, they just know, just hold up. Just keep holding up on the joystick. Whenever Zangief's near you, just keep holding up. Because eventually he's going to go for a throw, because he needs to win. And when he whiffs it, you get a ginormous combo punish. And even if you jump and he's not going for that, what's he going to do? Hit you with one lariat for this much damage? Big deal. Just hold up. So everyone knows this. You know, it's very hard. Very, very hard to catch people with Zangief with throw mix-ups. Instead, you have to be doing just like basic combos, which he's not good at. His combos aren't good. So it's a rough time with Zangief, okay? Anyway, the thing is, because Agent Coop just said there can't be many Master Zangiefs. That's wrong. Agent Coop, what you have to understand is, anyone who played the game in the first 3-4 months had a super easy time getting to Master. My first Master was Blanca. That was nowhere near as difficult as what I just did. Like, not even close. It's not because of the character, it's because no one was good yet. You know, the difference of 4 months versus a whole year, 8 months of meta, where everyone now knows how to beat certain characters easily. And that's the thing with Zangief. They know how to counter almost all his stuff so easily. So there's probably a lot of Zangief Masters. They just don't have any ranking points. They got to Master and just lost. See what I'm saying? Anyway, so how did I do it? Well, I was at 24,300 points. I needed 700 points. And I had said to everyone, essentially, if I can get to a point, all right, where I'm not facing nonstop top tiers, if we could just get a mix of mid-tier and low-tier with the top tier, I will earn more points than I lose. It's a matter of having that level of variety. And it seems like every time I play this game online at ranked now, there's a million camis. A million camis. I don't know what it is, because you start to believe it's definitely idiotic trolls who all memorize the same pattern. They know that Zangief can't beat that fucking pattern, and they're all trying to play it once on purpose to try to thwart my efforts to get Zangief to master. Because I doubt anyone else is playing this game, and every person they fight in ranked is a cami. I just don't believe that, okay? So, you know, it was rough, but it was variety. I fought some Minoes, I fought a Blanca, actually a Lily, if you can believe it. I fought a couple of Zangiefs themselves, and by the way, I won every mirror match, which was great to feel like I'm the superior Zangief. A lot of Ryus. I actually didn't fight a single Ken last night, just a ton of Ryus, and yes, a ridiculous amount of camis. Like, no exaggeration, probably 5 times more camis than any other character, and a JP or 2, okay? So, basically, after I would lose to a cami, I said, I'm not going to continue to throw away ranking points because the game is unbalanced. So if I lost to a cami, I would just quit. And it worked. Instead of me losing over 100 points, I'd only lose like 60, and then I would go on to the next fight and have a fair chance again if it wasn't a cami. So it was rough, don't get me wrong. Because what happened was I actually went on a streak, and then I started losing again. And then I go on another streak, and I was like, oh, if I win this next match, I might, like, have a chance to get master. And it's a master player. It's a master Jamie. And I'm like, oh, this is great. The connection was fucking awful. I wanted to play the match because if I beat the master player, I get more points. But the fucking match, every time he did a jump attack, I couldn't parry it once. And I'm not talking, oh, I couldn't perfect parry it. I just couldn't parry it at all. Like, it didn't work at all. And there was, again, some weird shit last night with this fucking game online. It's so stupid. Just listen to this. It was a Zangief mirror match, okay? He's standing right next to me, and accidentally he does lariat. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to block the lariat, and I'm going to do back throw to suplex him into the corner, and now I'll have advantage. So I was holding down. As the lariat's ending, I go back and the two lights together to do a back throw. The game read it as 360 and jab and gave me a spinning pile driver. Down to back, two lights is a full circle and light punch according to this game. I mean, you can't make that up. That's not my joystick. That's the fucking game. And it's ass netcode reading inputs completely incorrectly because it's predictive netcode that guesses what you're doing. It literally guessed that I did a spinning pile driver. Like, what the? It's not even close to the input I did. And that's what it actually gave me. That's insane. That's wild. That's like, I want to throw a sonic boom, and instead, it gave me a half circle back and 3 buttons. Like, what the fuck? I just don't get it. How people do not call this game out for its horseshit. Anyway, the good news is, the Jamie beat me, but then I went back on a streak, and finally, at the very end of the night, after me going a half an hour extra, I was in position to hit master if I won a set. And I had to face a master-ranked Marisa. That was my gatekeeper, was a master-level player. And they weren't amazing, but they also were not terrible. They actually mixed me up a bit, but it was a tricky, hard, arduous fight, but I got it done. And then I hit master. That was the biggest sigh of relief I've ever breathed playing Street Fighter 6. I was like, oh my God, thankfully this is over. Because now I definitely don't want to play with Zangief right away. I do want to use him when the rebalance hits to see what they've changed and improved. But I need a break. Like, when I play this again on Friday, there is zero fucking chance I'm selecting Zangief. I need to step away from that character for a bit and do other stuff because, man, that was just driving me bonkers trying to fucking get wins at that level. It was, you know, like nails on a chalkboard, torture level. Like, come on, man. Just give me, and every time you think you're going to win, combo drops. And here's just something else that I definitely noticed now that is happening that's really sad. People, when you play them online, they're guessing that your combo is going to drop, and they're mashing moves during getting hit by a combo in the hopes that they can punish your dropped combo. That is awful gameplay. Literally awful gameplay, but they're all doing it now. So I'm picking Zangief, who has very strict timing to do a combo. And if the game fucks with my timing, which isn't me, the game, because the netcode fucks with my timing, they'll be like mashing super. So all of a sudden, I'll be go jab, jab, medium, go for the lariat. Lariat doesn't come out. Oh, super hits me. Level 3 super, I'm done. Huh? Like, that should never happen. No one should be mashing in the middle of a combo. That's some of the scrubbiest gameplay you could ever see. Because what if, for example, I purposefully drop the combo and I just block? Well, guess what? Now they blow their super and now I get a giant combo after. So no one would ever do that in a real tournament. But online, it is prominent. Like, these people are doing it constantly. Because I've seen it right in the middle of me. Oh, just level 3 super hits me. What the fuck? Why would you have been mashing that? With Ken, he always mashes the OD Dragon Punch. Like, literally every time. Like, that is so stupid and silly. So, anyway. Thankfully, I got it done. I'm so relieved that we hit master. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely official. Every single character that I tried to play seriously in Street Fighter 6, I hit master. Every single one. Oh, and by the way, just for the record as well, because some people might say, well, what are the statistics with Zangief now that you hit master? Overall, here we go. I have the stats for you. Zangief is actually my second most played character, if you can believe it. I actually played him over 1,000 matches. In fact, I figure now we should give some stats, right? Blanca absolutely is my most played character with 1,860 matches in ranked. And out of all the matches, With Blanca, I won 1,143 and lost 717 for a 61% win-loss ratio. With Zangief, I played 1,004 matches, and overall, I won 542 and lost 462, 54% win-loss ratio. In fact, I'm happy to report that with every character who I hit master with, I have a winning record. The Blanca, Zangief, Lily, Dhalsim, and Honda all have winning records. Blanca's 61%, Zangief's 54, Lily is actually 56, Dhalsim is 64, and if you want to know the truth, my best win-loss ratio in the entire game is E Honda with 63. 63%. I won way more with Honda than I lost. Pretty crazy to think, but yeah. So anyway, those are all good stats. Unlike the people who literally played and scraped their way to master and lost more than they won, but they're still master, I actually have a winning record with every single character that I ever played who hit master. So that's, and listen, to other people, they might be like, oh, that's not an accomplishment. To me, it's an accomplishment. Listen, when I went into Street Fighter 6, I had no idea that I was going to get back into a competitive mindset of fighting games. I had not played fighting games competitively at that level since Street Fighter 4, and really since only like the second season of Street Fighter 4. You know, I haven't played Super Turbo in a tournament in ages. I skipped Street Fighter 5. So for me to get back into this mindset and this way of playing that much and learning that much and trying to get to that level was a humongous challenge and accomplishment for me. I'm proud of myself. I hope that you have enjoyed this year, literally a year of content that I've put out of Street Fighter 6. I mean, I played the hell out of the game. I learned a lot. And I feel like now, heading into a new balance, you know, level where they're going to rebalance all the characters and everything, I'm kind of ready for it. Thankfully, I didn't take an extended break and then try to come back and be so behind. I'm glad that in the last month and a half, 2 months, I refocused, got back on that horse, as they say, started playing again. Okay? In fact, to be honest, I'm just relieved. Like the next couple sessions, Friday, and probably I'll do like maybe one more session before the patch. I just get to mess around. It won't be serious gameplay. You know, it'll just be like, oh, I'll pick some Blanca and dick around. I'll pick some, probably Dhalsim. I actually want to play with Dhalsim some more and just kind of dick around a little more. It's not ultra serious gameplay anymore. Because what's the point? There's no point in even being ultra serious. It's all going to change next Wednesday anyway when they rebalance the game and everything plays differently, right? So, FYI, you might say, this balance patch, I wonder what it's about. Well, yesterday they released a trailer for this balance patch showcasing some different things. Now, I can't speak to the characters I don't use, but some of the changes they showed, Blanca, when he does drive rush now, he can now drive rush hop across the screen, which he couldn't do before. And that is like super fast and long. So you can go right behind the opponent and try to cross them up for a mix-up. With Zangief, they gave him a weird ground bounce. If you counter hit with his crouching fierce punch, which is that weird, awkward-looking uppercut, they bounce off the ground, and then you can try to combo off of it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very viable. He already has a better ground bounce with forward and roundhouse, so I don't really know what the use of it is. Lily has new links, meaning like she can do like low lights into like a standing medium, and it combos into a move. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I think she already has good links. I don't know. Dhalsim can now do a double drive rush across the screen, meaning he can do like standing roundhouse stretch kick, drive rush to mid screen, a variation of medium kick. I'm not sure which it is, but it's a stretchy medium kick, drive rush again, and then he can finish a combo. Now, the problem with that is it burns him out. He has no meter after it, but hey, if it's a Hail Mary and you need to finish the game or you have a chance to turn it around, I guess it's worth it. But one thing I did notice, his level 3 super, where he goes, cool, like this with 2 fists, and if it hits, then he does the big auto combo, seems to have better range now. That was one of the biggest problems with it. First of all, he's not a great character, and then his level 3 super has like little stubby range. Like, why the hell did they do that? It seems like they increased the range of the level 3 to be more viable. This means it'll be better as an anti-air. This means it'll be better for combos, which I always had an issue comboing it. So this is good news for Dhalsim players like me. So that's excellent. Honda seems to be the worst. Honda, I think they nerfed, and all they showcased in this rebalance patch video was that he could now combo, but as he combos, he can cancel into his sumo power charge. And I was like, all right, so I guess what you do now is during a match, you do a combo, and as they're grounded, you can cancel into the sumo power charge. So now you can do it better or faster in the middle. Before you had to be like separated from the opponent to do it. I didn't necessarily hear Honda players complaining about that. So they gave him a new option to do it. But outside of that, apparently Honda's the worst. Like, they completely nerfed his headbutt. They nerfed his butt stomp. Why did you nerf a character that was bottom tier? Nothing makes sense. Then again, the trailer was only 3 minutes long and only showcased one change per character. But the one prominent thing they did show was the new wake up drive reversal, meaning when you're knocked down, as you're getting up, you can now press forward and 2 heavies, and you will do a wake up drive reversal that stops people from effectively locking you in a corner. Although some people are already saying, it's pretty slow. So the faster characters, the top tier characters, probably won't get hit by it anyway. They'll be able to recover and be safe and then just punish it anyway. So what's the point of it even being in the game? To which I respond, yeah, that may have a point, and that's fucked up. They're basically saying, everyone will have a universal tool. So if you're one of the lower tier characters with no true good reversal on wake up, you could use this. But what if it's so slow, the fast characters just recover anyway and just can punish it? So then it's worthless. So I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about the balance patch until it comes out and we start learning all of the differences. Then we can start talking about it. But for me, I just don't know how to feel about it yet. All right. Anyway, I am happy we did it with Zangief. Now I can have more of a celebration, like a victory celebration, the next couple streams of Street Fighter, just mess around with characters and have a good time with variety, rather than having, I got to get it with Zangief. I got to hit Master with Zangief. It's done, right? So now we can relax, thankfully. Okay? Good stuff. All right. So, what a day yesterday of streaming. Holy moly. Today, it's going to be the conclusion of another Crab's Treasure, which I'm excited for. I want to see how it ends. It's been an epic journey, 20 hours right now and climbing of this game. We're now in a brand new area that is dark and creepy and not like anything else in the game. And I'm enjoying myself exploring this area, looking for hidden items and things. And I don't know how long this area is, but I feel like we're coming to the end of the game. I think today with the 3 hours we're going to play, we're going to beat it. And it's been great, by the way. It's been a great, great game. I'm very excited to finish it up today. Ellipson says, I don't think you'll beat it today. You really? You think there's more than 3 hours left? Well, if that's the case, we'll do another stream. We'll do it on a Saturday. But I didn't realize there was that much left. I thought that there was only around 3 hours left. Well, if there's more, there's more. I guess we'll see. Okay. Well, at the very least, end game today of another Crab's Treasure. We'll see how far we get and go from there. Okay. On the night stream tonight, something just silly fun to end the streaming week. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Whenever I play this collection, we have a good time because we kind of joke around. It's not super serious. The game is all bugged out as it is. It's barely functional, let's be honest. So it's very funny to play and have a good time with it. So I think we'll have a good time tonight as I mess around with it, and we'll just hang out and enjoy the final stream of the week. I hope you'll join me tonight, 6:45 p.m. for that very unserious stream. Okay? Then I'm off tomorrow. All right? I hope you all have a great, relaxing day. However, there's some special stuff going on. Today at noon, which many of you will be here in 20 minutes, so you probably won't see it live, but I have a preview video of the upcoming LA Noir playthrough going live on my DSP Throwback channel. This video features the release day unboxing of the game from May 17th, 2011, and then my initial attempt to boot it up and play it, which failed because of a PlayStation Network error. All right? So that's funny. It's a good preview of what's going to come. And then this coming Friday, it's the premiere of the LA Noir playthrough at 10 a.m. It's a 1 hour special to start the playthrough. And all I'm going to say is I've seen it, and I titled it. I really like the improvements. It looks really good. Like, compared to some of the other games that we've upscaled, this looks super duper good. The only drawback is when you're doing driving at night, sometimes there's a lot of ghosting, okay? Outside of that, driving during the day looks great. The investigations look great. It's full 60 frames. It's upscaled 1440p, 30-minute parts moving forward, titles, thumbnails. I can't wait for you guys to re-experience that playthrough. It's a really good one. People really like LA Noir, that original run from 2011. It's sad that it's been gone from the internet for so many years because people hacked that channel it was on. Now it will finally be on a channel you can watch it in its entirety with all the parts. It's going to be super good. Okay? Very, very cool. All right, so check it out this coming Friday. All right, now let's talk about this coming streaming week. All right, Friday when I come back from break, it'll be the Level 1 podcast. And as you know, the podcast is always loaded on a Friday. We've got game news to talk about. We've got my day off and all kinds of stuff. So absolutely, Friday's podcast will be a good one. And then we're going to continue with Fallout 4. And it's going to be fun, you know, continuing on with the questing we're doing. We just finished the Bobby's Big Dig quest line. So now perhaps we'll do what I intended on doing. And maybe we'll actually try to do some of the quests that were from the next gen update. We'll see. And then Friday night will be Friday Night Fight Street Fighter 6. More relaxed edition where I won't get upset because it's just going to be fun, silly play that doesn't really matter because I'm not trying to push myself to master. I'm just going to have fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll play Blanca, but maybe I'll play. I really want to play Dalsim again. Like, I was really digging Dalsim. I was. And I hope they're going to give him enough improvements that he's going to be more viable with this new update. Because I really like the character. Just he has so many shortcomings. Maybe this wake up drive reversal will really help him. But anyway, yeah. Maybe we'll do some Dalsim on Friday night and go from there. And then Saturday, if we haven't beaten another Crab's Treasure, which it sounds like we're not going to, then we'll finish it on Saturday. Saturday night will be Helldivers 2. We'll do another session of Helldivers 2 and see how it goes. Sunday is React Day. Monday, we'll probably do more Fallout 4 and Street Fighter 6. And then Tuesday is the release of Hellblade 2. So we'll probably play Hellblade 2 on the mainstream. I'm debating if I should play it all day or just the mainstream and then do something different at night. But then on Wednesday is the big update. Akuma releasing a Street Fighter 6 and the balance patch. So obviously I want to play Street Fighter 6 all day long on May 22nd. You know, trying out Akuma likely on that first stream, maybe even playing him again on the late stream. Okay? So, good stuff coming next week, good variety. And then moving forward, FYI, on Saturday, May 25th, it is my Indies Marathon. So, this was it. If you haven't nominated indie games yet, you have mere hours left because today, either between my streams or after my late night stream, I'm going to sit down and look at all the indie games that you guys have nominated for this upcoming event, and I'm going to tally them up, what's the most nominated, and put those into like a top 10 poll. You guys will then vote on that poll to determine what games I will actually be playing during the upcoming marathon. Okay? So please give it a look. Last chance, type ! Indies. And you can nominate there. If you're not on stream right now and you can't do that command, what you can do is check out the community tab of this channel. The community post was put up about 2 weeks ago, and you could nominate indie games there. Last day to do it. There will be a poll by the end of today, which you guys can start voting for about a week. And so then that Saturday, May 25th, it is the PC Indies Marathon event. All day long, I'll be playing fun indie games here on the stream. Probably 5, I'm thinking. Probably an hour each. Plus, there'll be some food. Maybe I'll order for a feasting with Phil. There'll be some booze. I'll probably have some drinks. Maybe some mojitos or Long Island iced teas or something like that. And we're just going to have a nice, chill time with indie games together. Haven't done something like that in many, many years. It should be a fun, casualized event just to have a good time and break stuff up. So, FYI, what can you expect in early June? Well, continuing on with Fallout 4, reanalyzing and playing a lot of Street Fighter 6, learning all the changes, and trying Akuma. Obviously, we're going to finish up another Crab's Treasure, so that's going to be out of the rotation. So maybe we'll start something new. And some people have already pointed towards, hey, what about like Hades 2? Or what about maybe some of the indie games we played during the Indies Marathon actually catch on, and you'd like to see me play them further? We could consider doing that because we'll have some open time. Now, there are some other games coming out. There's Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake. There's multiverses. So there's other things to throw into the mix. I think, really honestly, we're going to have more than enough to do over early June. And then keep in mind, the big thing coming up is the Shadows of the Erdtree DLC for Elden Ring in late June, and that's going to be prominent over everything else, all right? But I think we're going to be good. I think for early summer stuff, plus remember, that first week of June, we got Summer Game Fest, we got the Xbox press conference, we got all this stuff going on. It's going to occupy us. We're going to have tons to do. I don't think we're going to have any shortage of content around here. We're going to have lots of good stuff, okay? Excellent. All right. Cool. That's what I've got for my stuff. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my favorite segment. It is time for your favorite segment. It is time for everyone's favorite segment here on the Level 1 podcast. It is time for Ask the King. Yeah. Wait, what? No, it is time for DSP news. What's funny is last year this was made, and then I literally never did an episode of Ask the King ever again. I stopped doing the show entirely. Look how cool this is. It shows me over the years how the show evolved. I used to do it in my bedroom in Connecticut, and then I started doing it in the living room in Connecticut, and then I was here, and I started doing it in like a little chair, and then I started doing it on the love seat, and then I changed and did different chair setups, and then I just stopped doing the show entirely, so the whole piece of art was worthless. Pretty sad. Anyway, actually, I mean, what's the point of Ask the King at this point? I talk with you guys every day. You ask me questions every day, right? When we even do little chill night streams, so it's another defunct show, but what can you do? That's what happens in time. All right, guys, let's talk DSP news. Today we're talking all about Assassin's Creed Shadows, which was revealed this morning in a 3-minute preview video trailer from Ubisoft. In a nutshell, all right? It's kind of feudal Japan again, woohoo, like we've never seen that before. There's a protagonist who is a female ninja. It looks like she's trying to defend her village from an invasion of samurai, and she basically becomes a shinobi trying to take out the samurai from taking over Japan. At the same time, on the other side of that, there is a black samurai. I don't know if this is historically accurate or not. I'm going to read you what it actually says here. But there's a black samurai who work for this samurai organization taking over Japan, and I guess he decides to defect from the samurai, and he teams up with the shinobi. And so they're working together. One, like an assassin from the shadows, all right, kind of similar to the old gameplay of Assassin's Creed. And the other is more like playing like Ghost of Tsushima, or even like the open world Assassin's Creed where it's head-on combat rather than stealth combat. So there you go. That's what it is. It's those two characters, and apparently it's going to be similar to Assassin's Creed. What was the one set in London? I always call it Assassin's Creed London because I always forget the name. But you remember there were the brother and sister team that you could switch between. So it seems like that's what the game's going to be. There's going to be missions for the shinobi, and there's going to be missions for the samurai, and the play styles will be completely different. Is it Syndicate? Thank you. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's what it was, the one where you switch between. So that's what the trailer is showing, okay? Outside of the trailer, I'm going to read you all of the information that Ubisoft put out in a press release today, word for word. Here we go. Assassin's Creed Showdown. No, it's not Assassin's Creed Showdown. Let's try that again. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Pre-order is now on US PlayStation Network for $69.99, out November 15, 2024, which means it is going to be a full-fledged game. Unlike Mirage last year, which was only about a 20-hour experience, this is meant to be a lengthy, full-fledged game, okay? There you go. Experience an epic historical action-adventure story. I'm just going to say this. Can they stop with that? Because here's the thing. We know that Assassin's Creed has historical time periods, but it's not historic. It doesn't follow history. It's its own thing. It reimagines history in its own way. When they keep saying historical, you expect that it's going to be historically accurate when it never is, right? For example, in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, no, there were not rampant street gangs where women were part of the gangs attacking. That didn't happen, all right? It's historically inaccurate. They do try to modernize these games for a more liberal audience, which is fine if they want to do that. But if that's the case, then stop saying it's historically accurate. It's not. These games are not historically accurate at all. It's ridiculous. Okay? So anyway, a historical action-adventure story set in feudal Japan. Become a lethal shinobi assassin and a powerful legendary samurai as you explore a beautiful open world in a time of chaos. Switch seamlessly between the two unlikely allies as you discover their common destiny. Master complementary playstyles, create your shinobi league, customize your hideout, and usher in a new era for Japan. So when they say create your shinobi league, that reminds me of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revelations, where you had your own assassins guilds. Remember that? So maybe they're going to be going that route. Explore the captivating open world of feudal Japan From spectacular castle towns and bustling ports to peaceful shrines and war-ravaged landscapes, adventure through unpredictable weather, changing seasons, and reactive environments. Ooh. Become Naoi. I don't know if it's... It looks like Naoi is what her name is, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Naoe. So it's either Naria of Effect. That's a bad joke. Naria of Effect or Naoi. I think it's Naoi. A shinobi assassin, and Yasuke, a legendary samurai, as you experience their riveting stories and master their complementary playstyles. As Naoi, use stealth to avoid detection and agility to confound your enemies. As Yasuke, strike your foes with lethal precision and power. Unlock new skills, gear, and progression independently for each character. I know that was a really bad joke. People are really cringing at the bad joke about Naria of Effect. Anyway, make information your weapon as you explore the world and build your own network of spies to be your eyes and ears across locations to hunt down your next target. Along the way, recruit new allies and unique abilities to help accomplish your missions. Create a fully customizable hideout for your growing Shinobi League as you train your crew, craft new gear, interact with key characters, and choose your base's layout, decorations, and accessories. So, not only do you have a full-fledged Assassin's Creed game where you play an assassin with the stealth type with Naoi, but then you also have the combat style from the open world. So it's the best of both worlds is what Ubisoft is trying to say. Did you like Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla? Then you're going to love Yasuke. Did you like Mirage and all the previous Assassin's Creed games with stealth? Then you're going to love Naoi. And you get to make your own guild of assassins and build your base and do all this side stuff, right? So I get it. Makes sense. They're trying to appeal to everyone. But you have to wonder, when you have this much in the game, right? Are they putting too much into it? Now, what do I mean by that? One of the major gripes that a lot of classic Assassin's Creed fans had with the modern Assassin's Creeds is that they're too long, there's too much gameplay, too much story, and it takes too long. You beat around the bush too long. In Valhalla, there's entire stretches where you just want to advance the story and you can't. You have to recruit allies and do side questing and shit for like 20 hours before you can get back to the story, right? And if this is the case with this game, it sounds like they're throwing absolutely everything at you. You're going to have stealth, you're going to have action, you're going to have recruiting your leagues, you're going to have this storyline, that storyline. Does it not seem to me like this is going to be maybe the longest one they've ever made? And Valhalla was too long. I'm just going to tell you right now, Valhalla, I didn't dislike the game, but it was too long. So how long is this game going to be? 100 hours of Assassin's Creed with this much content in it? And definitely another thing that a lot of people, because I'm following the social media trends online, like what do people think? Some people are blown away. They think this is great because you get the best of all worlds. You get everything you wanted from Assassin's Creed all in one. Others are like, but what if you only like one? What if you're someone who only likes stealth? But you're forced to play with Yasuke for half the game, so you still have to do the action-based stuff that you don't like. What if you only like the action-based stuff of the modern Assassin's Creed, and now you're forced to do the stealth? So it seems like they are forcing you to do everything, and then it might make you feel burned out if you don't like something particularly, right? Another thing that's very funny is people are like, $70? Now, hold on a second. We know what happens with Ubisoft games after only like a month. They slash the prices. And if you wait till like Christmas, this game will probably be like $30. So a lot of people are like, so what we'll do is we'll wait and see. We'll buy it as a Christmas present and we'll save half price. In the meantime, if we're bored, we'll just go play Ghost of Tsushima, which is what this game should have been to begin with. And it's like, wow. That's that's pretty rough, you know, of a stance that I'm seeing people take on social media. Basically what's happened is people just do not have faith in Ubisoft anymore. You know, when Ubisoft pops out turds like Skull and Bones and claims it's a quadruple A release, Yves Guillemot, Mr. fucking genius over there, it makes people feel negative about the company overall, and they don't really trust them. And again, remember, with Ghost of Tsushima, everyone had always wanted an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan, and Ubisoft refused to give it. So then, a different company, Sucker Punch, literally made that and kind of outshined Assassin's Creed, and everyone's like, well, when's Ghost of Tsushima 2 coming out? Well, it's in development. But Sucker Punch is a much smaller AAA studio, this is the only game they're working on right now, and it's going to probably take them a little bit longer to finish it. So we all got to wait for that. And in the meantime, we've got this, I guess, to hold us over. But a lot of people just feel like they just want Ghost of Tsushima 2. So how will this do? I honestly don't know. I guess there's a lot of factors involved. Will it actually be fun? Or is it going to feel like a bunch of time-wasting grind? Will it be too much? You know? Will it be too much of an undertaking of 100 hours of swapping between characters and building a league that maybe you don't even find that entertaining? You know, you don't know. We won't know till we see more, right? FYI, there is a collector's ultimate edition, $280, but it's only exclusive to GameStop. You can't buy it anywhere else. It includes two statues, one of Noir and one of Yasuke. Plus a giant collector's edition art book and all kinds of shit comes with it. $280. So if you want a double statue, which is a historical thing, they always do this with Assassin's Creed. The collector's edition has two, like a statue of the protagonist. Well, there's two protagonists this time, so it's two of them. But if you got to get it from GameStop, which kind of sucks, especially if you don't like GameStop, but what are you going to do? They're also saying that the Ultimate Edition will be 2 discs on Xbox and 1 disc on PS5. I don't know the significance of that. I don't know why, but that's what they're saying. So there you go. So, Assassin's Creed Shadows, November 15th, $70, 2 protagonists, set in feudal Japan, shinobi and samurai team up, switching between, building your own army of Assassins of the Shadows, right? Will it be good? I don't know. I'd like to see gameplay. We haven't seen any. It was just a cinematic trailer for 3 minutes. I would like to see more gameplay. I guess we'll have to see what happens, all right? Now, on the flip side of all of this positive news from Ubisoft, there's a negative announcement. They were developing a game called Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, which was supposed to be a free-to-play shooter that was going to have microtransactions. It was going to be a games-as-a-service game. Well, guess what? Ubisoft canceled it because they want to reorganize and focus more on larger plans for bigger opportunities. Meaning, I think finally, these game companies are realizing games as a service doesn't work. It's a joke, and it only worked for very few games anyway. You know, Grand Theft Auto Online, Fortnite, there's some exceptions. But for all these companies that tried to jump on the bandwagon way late, it's not working. No one cares about these games. So this one is now done, okay? Thank goodness. Enough with this fucking milking the shit, right? One final announcement for today. Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, the sequel to Mortal Kombat from a couple years ago, is going to release October 24th, 2025 in theaters and IMAX. Well, I didn't see the last one. Honestly, it seems like people were really split on the last one. Some people liked it, some people did not like it at all. Maybe I'll watch it eventually. I do have Max, and I think it was on there, but I just never checked it out. So, well, it's funny because you would have thought people would have been hyped, but the thing is, Mortal Kombat 1 literally murdered Mortal Kombat at this point. Like, no one's really hyped for Mortal Kombat anymore. So, you would have thought, oh, people would be all excited because Mortal Kombat 1 would have reinvigorated interest. It's done the opposite. It's actually deflated people around Mortal Kombat content. So, really, there wasn't much hoopla about it. People were like, oh, okay, well, I guess the first one was all right. That's really not the attitude that you want, right? And it's sad because really the only thing that people are liking about Mortal Kombat 1, the game, is when they do like the hype DLC trailers. Oh my God, Homelander's coming out to tie in with The Boys coming out next month or whatever, right? That's great. So people will care for a day, right? Okay. All right, guys, that is gaming news for today. So Shadows is the big news, and you know, you got your interesting first dose. I'm curious what everyone thinks about it. In fact, you know what? Everyone who's here, what do you think about Assassin's Creed Shadows? I'm curious to hear everyone's opinion now that we talked about it. What are your feelings? All right. Let's talk a little bit about that before we move on. What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Shadows? By the way, it's already hot in here. I got to turn on the air conditioner. Space Jam fan says mid. Mid. Blastoise says, I haven't seen the trailer yet. You don't need to see the trailer. It's just cinematic. There's nothing about gameplay in there. Dig Bix, what a nice name. Says Ubisoft killed any interest in Assassin's Creed for me. I'd prefer Ghost of Tsushima 2, says Big Mac. Mid as fuck, says Helixification. I'll wait for Ghost 2, says Astro Cyborg. Wow. What's up, Game Boy? Good morning. Double M says, I personally don't vibe with Assassin's Creed franchise in general. It doesn't look very saucy to me. Spragonito says, I am super interested. I want Assassin's Creed in current time or Japan, and I got one of them finally. Snoop Fork says, if it's simple and back to the formula like Mirage, I'd give it a go, but not for full retail. I think it is an Assassin's Creed still after all. I just told you what it was. It's not just, it's both. It's stealth and the more modern action-based combat. It's 2-in-1, supposedly. Beryl Shroud says, I wonder if there'll be women samurais. I mean, hey, they had female gang members in the streets of London in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They seem to rewrite history at every single moment they want to and make it, as, like I said, as liberal as possible. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when they say it's historical, it's not. Like, you're rewriting history to try to get your agenda, and it's kind of silly. At least it's not super heavy-handed like some other games, but still, it's kind of ridiculous, right? Darziak says, I'm interested to see how different characters will be compared to Neo. It's set in the same time, albeit a different world. Some people are saying that this Yasuke samurai is real. There really was a black samurai, but that it's not historically accurate that he rebelled against Japan. Apparently, he left and joined Portugal. Oh. I have no clue. I'm not a history buff. So apparently, he was a Japanese samurai, and then he just left the country and never helped them ever again. At some point. There was no rebellion. Unless there really was a secret society of assassins he joined and you just don't know about it, and now they're uncovering the real story, right? Joel Law says, I'll definitely play it. The premise sounds interesting. We need to see actual gameplay first to have any clear idea. A sound opinion. Remember, they just basically, you know, show you the story on purpose. They don't want you to know too much this early. Then they'll start piecemeal feeding you, probably like Summer Game Fest or one of these big conferences, either Xbox or PlayStation. They'll probably have like their game in there to preview it, right? His real name was Afro Samurai. Oh, that's what that was about. Afro Samurai. I never knew that that was Yasuke. And by the way, he apparently really liked Church's Chicken because Afro Samurai, the game, came with a coupon for Church's Chicken in the box back in the day. No, I'm not making that up. That was in my unboxing video, and it was pretty ridiculously insulting. Did you ever see a fried chicken coupon in any other game? Well, they put it in Afro Samurai. That was so fucked up. I literally couldn't believe what I was seeing. I opened it up. I was like, what the fuck? What is this doing in here? Like, what is wrong with them, dude? My God. I still can't get over it. Like, we still talk about it to this day. Like, how did that happen? Abdullah says, if I lived in the USA, I would buy the $280 version from GameStop, but I don't. So I'm going to get the Ultimate Edition, but the digital. So I guess it comes with extra content in the Ultimate. I don't know. Spragonito says, to be fair, everyone likes fried chicken. I'm not debating that. Fried chicken is delicious. But why did you choose to put it inside of the game called Afro Samurai and no other game? It would have been one thing if, like, that game publisher put that coupon in all their games that year, then no one would care. But they literally only put it in Afro Samurai. That's so fucking up, man. Yeah, I know. I never played Assassin's Creed Rogue. Right. I never did. So I don't know what it's like. And no, I never played any of the 2D Assassin's Creed games. I know there was like 2 of them, I think, that came out or on the Xbox 360 era. I didn't play those. Nope. Did I see Outfit 3 for the DLC characters of Street Fighter 6? I saw Outfit 3 for Aki, where she looks weird. She looks like she's wearing like these weird big glasses. She almost looks like she's like from the 1970s or something. But I didn't see the others, no. I only saw Aki's. Oh, wait, no, I saw Ed's. Ed is his Street Fighter 5 outfit, which is terrible. He looks stupid as shit. Yeah, I saw Ed's. Okay. My God. Princess Consuela says, it's not racist. It's part of African American culture. Same as saying the Irish like potatoes or the French like cream. All right, so what if you bought a game that was like Leprechaun Land, right? And it was just a cutesy platform where you play as a leprechaun trying to get his pot of gold, and you opened it up and there was a coupon for like potatoes inside. Like, oh, save on potatoes, save on fucking Orida French fries and hash browns and potatoes. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? What is this bullshit? Right? You'd be very upset. I would be. I'm not even Irish, and I'd be upset. Right, or liquor, because everyone says that the Irish drink too much. What if there was like a liquor coupon in there, right? Like save on fucking, you know, like what is this bullshit? You fucking racists? Come on. Now you know. Okay, how about I got one? Ready? Assassin's Creed 2, set in Italy, all Italian characters, and in the box is a coupon for Olive Garden. I would be at their fucking corporate headquarters wringing their necks. I would be like, fuck you, motherfucker, bopping them around. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. We're being silly today, obviously. Um, okay, so anyway, that's what I got for today, guys. I think what we'll do is a little bit of a looser second half where all we'll do now is just kind of hang out for a little bit. I don't particularly feel like doing suggestion box today. I just want to kind of like a chill ending to the week so we can just talk and hang out. By the way, so far I have 0 contributions to shout out. Nothing. No super chats, no memberships, no tips. So if anything comes in, I will shout it out. And thank you to anyone who supports the stream today. But in the meantime, yeah, let's just hang out and talk for a little bit. Just tag me in the chat. Let's see what you guys want to discuss today. Okay. Can I say curse words in Italian? Affangu. There you go. That's about it. That's about all I know. Is the suggestion box sent to the Shadow Realm? No, the suggestion box works when we have a lot of time. Because usually when I get a question or two, it takes a while to answer them, right? So, or suggestion, it takes a while to discuss if it's something that's viable or not. Like right now, if I took a suggestion, we might not even have time to consider it and figure it out. You know, I would prefer to do it on days when there's no game news. But if you haven't noticed, recently there's like game news every day that takes up more than half the show. Oh, excuse me. Do I like cancel culture and political correctness? I love it. It's the thing I'm all about. As you know, everyone should just pussyfoot around in life and make sure that they never, ever say anything that could possibly insult anyone else. So actually what I recommend is that everyone take some thread and a needle and just completely sew their mouths together shut. Remember that? Remember that in the Disney movie Hocus Pocus? With the zombie that they raise, but his mouth is sewed shut. That's what everyone should just do. And just walk around going, But be careful, because you might go, and the fourth, is actually insulting to someone. You can only do 3, That's it. You can't do the fourth, There you go. Does America have East Side Marios? I feel like it's a Canadian version of Olive Garden. I've never heard of that, so no. To my knowledge, I don't even know what the hell that is at all. There's something in Canada called East Side Marios. To make it clear, Olive Garden is the most awful, Americanized, homogenized, bastardized version of Italian food possible. They took anything that would make Italian food good and ruined it. Like the sauce is bland, the cheese is ultra greasy and has little flavor. They over season everything with garlic and salt for no good fucking reason, and they butter the shit out of everything. Like all the things you wouldn't do if you were a good Italian chef, they do to their food. And it's just hilarious how flavorless and bland it all is. The best thing they have there is soup and breadsticks. That's it. The soup they don't make, they buy from another company and just thaw it out and make it warm. And the breadsticks, again, they don't make them. They're made by another company. They bring them in and warm them up. All the food they make there is complete trash. There is nothing authentic and it tastes awful. But people go there because they don't know better. They don't have access to real Italian food. So they actually falsely think that that is really good, even though it's not. They're eating slop and they don't know it. And so as a true Italian, growing up on the East Coast of the USA, where there were authentic Italian restaurants everywhere, you go to Olive Garden, you're like, oh my God, this is like atrocious torture, like cultural ruin. How could they do that to that cuisine, you know? That's so Vader. Thanks for being a member. I don't think that's a new one. I think that's just a member or a re-upping message. Thank you for that. Oh, by the way, I want to check again. I know I already did this week, but I want to check on memberships because I swear we are going to hit the 3-year anniversary and some people are going to start getting their diamond crowns. But every time I check, it still says 35 months. So I want to check again. I keep checking, and it's like, I can't find when that's going to happen. Let me see here. See your members. Total time as a member. We're still at 35 months. We're still at 35. We have not hit 36 yet. I don't know when it will be 36. I'm trying to figure that out. It's not clear. Like, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 35 people who became a member the moment that I came over here from Twitch and started full-time streaming on YouTube. So that's a lot that will hit that anniversary, but I don't know when it is. I thought it was like the 8th, and I was way off, I guess. So I guess we're going to see. Dig Bix says, what's your opinion on the top 3 worst places to eat in the States? I heard Jollibee is pretty mid. I mean, I would guarantee you that it would end up being, like local things. Like chains are bad. We all know that. But there's probably like bad local restaurants too. So there's no way I could answer that. Like just in general, Red Lobster's pretty darn bad. Like when you go to Red Lobster, which is why, by the way, they're closing a bunch of locations and starting to go out of business because they're just not good. It's the same as Olive Garden. They try to take authentic American seafood and turn it into this really homogenized, commercialized business, and it's not good. When you go there, most of the food is flavorless. Like it's like Shrimp Fest. Come and get all the shrimp. So you can get it, and it's like shrimp in a garlic butter sauce, right? Shrimp in like heavy cheese, and like heavy fried shrimp. So you eat them, and you're like, the only reason this has flavor is because they doused it in these side things. The shrimp are terrible because they're frozen shrimp that have been awful. They're just not good quality. You got to go to like a good restaurant where you get fresh food. Then it tastes better. But there's like no flavor to anything in that fucking place. So, yeah, like I would say Red Lobster is bad. Olive Garden is bad. Here's the thing too. Like you could argue some of the buffet places are bad. Like I went to a Golden Corral once that was really, really bad. But then I've been to other buffet places that were good. So it's like, maybe it's just not, maybe it was just that was a one bum location, right? You know, I would argue Subway, but I haven't had Subway in a long time. But Subway used to be incredibly good and just went right downhill, and now it's terrible. I would also argue like Domino's and Pizza Hut both suck. Like there's much better places you can go to get pizza. Those places are atrociously bad. I don't know, you continue, right? No, Red Lobster filed Chapter 11 earlier in the week, and they're closing down different locations. You probably just read the news story today. Red Lobster is the same company or owned by the same company as Olive Garden. So if Red Lobster's on the way out, it probably means Olive Garden's on the way out too. Do I like McDonald's? That's a very, very subjective question, because it's like, objectively, can you really like McDonald's? You know that everything else out there is better. But it's kind of like some of the food there is craveable. Like their little cheeseburger is arguably craveable to me. I do think their fresh meat quarter pounder is decent. It's not great, but it's decent flavor. Some people say they crave their fries. I hate McDonald's fries. I don't think McDonald's fries are good at all. I don't know why people like them. I think there's so many better fries out there, but some people claim they love fresh McDonald's fries. But the thing is, see, I remember old McDonald's. Old McDonald's used to be much better. They had bigger burgers, better quality. And over the years, they just went downhill, just like everything else. Like, I remember Burger King used to be way better when I was a kid, too. All the burgers were bigger and everything, and now everything's just, like, tiny and stuff, you know? I received my first tip of the day, a $2 tip. Okay. Just listen to this. I love when I get tips like this. You ready? Dude, can you for once play a high-tier character in Street Fighter 6? Try to get them to master for a change. I'm sick of watching you only use low tiers. If you want viewers to stick around and support you, you better listen to our advice for a change. So let me get this straight. You better do what we tell you, right? Or else you're just gonna fail. You better do what we demand from you. Huh? What is this, fucking extortion racket or something? You're gonna extort me? I refuse. Listen, if you don't like what I do, you don't have to be here. You don't. You don't have to be here if you don't like the content. If you don't like me playing with the characters I'm using or whatever, you know? I don't like the high tiers in Street Fighter 6. I've already explained to you why. Because there's only two variations of high tier. Pure fucking rushdown, which is ridiculous. I don't like it. It's too overpowered. Or 100% silly keep away with JP and Guile, which is just easy mode shit that doesn't take much skill. So it's either do a mindless fucking flowchart pattern, which doesn't take much skill, or just do mindless keep away. There's nothing to it. It's not, that stuff isn't fun to me. It never has been. I'm gonna play characters that I enjoy, that I like their archetypes. I like how they play, right? I'm not gonna force myself to play with characters I don't like. So if you don't like that, there's 7,000 other people playing Street Fighter 6 on streams that you could check them out doing their flowcharts and their keepaways. You could do that. You could go watch them. And you can applaud how great they are doing the same flowchart as everybody else, you know? Go ahead. I think it's so silly. You better do what we say and use other characters that we demand, because if you don't, watch the support go away. Like, what? You're absolutely out of your mind, man. You're out of your mind. It's like threats. Yes, as we all know, I always respond well to threats. In my 16 years on the internet, every single time that I was threatened like that, I listened. I totally just bent right over and did what I was told, right? Like a good boy. A nice pat on my head, right? Like, do you not know me? You know, do you not understand that I'm the opposite of that? That when someone says something like that to me, that means I'm just not going to do it. In fact, I'm going to do the opposite. That's exactly how I am. That's always been my mentality. Like, yes, threaten me, right? Ridiculous. You know? I just don't. I do not respond well to threats. I don't. I'm the kind of the opposite person. I actually will get heated and fuck you if you threaten me about anything. It's one thing if you try to make me see reason. That's completely different. Hey, justify what you're saying. Give me a reason. Explain to me why this is beneficial for me and for you. And if I have a counter to that, please listen to my counter in a rational way and try to weigh and balance that too. Maybe we can come to an agreement. Not, you better do it, man, because I'm telling you to do it, motherfucker. Like, get the fuck out of here. Hey, geez, shut the fuck up. These fucking nobodies yelling and screaming and stomping their fucking feet, you know. How many times has this happened over the years, and I say, go fuck yourself, and then I'm still here, right? Right? How many times? Oh, you better do it. You better do it. All your support's going to go away. And I'm still here. Right? I'm still here. Not going anywhere. Still myself. So what the fuck are you talking about, man? Ridiculous. What an attitude to have. And the thing is, with the rebalance, maybe I would want to try new characters, right? I don't know. I'll tell you this. I'm definitely using Akuma, all right? And then I'm going to probably play with all the characters I've already used to try to see if how the rebalance has affected them, correct? And then after that, I'm probably, maybe I will try some other characters who I haven't used, right? Why wouldn't? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll experiment, and we'll try to figure it out, okay? But to outright threats like that is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. You're just going to turn me off from listening, right? You wish to see the 20th year of DSP? I don't foresee anything happening in the next 4 years. I'm pretty sure you're going to see the 20th year of DSP, 20-year celebration. Alexander says you always say you can't win with the characters I pick. Yeah, but except I do. I hit master with all of them, right? Did I not? And I have a winning record with all of them. I literally have a winning record master character with every single fighter I selected and played seriously. So even though I complain because it's hard and it's frustrating and it's stressful, I still do it. So what's the fucking problem here, right? I'm sorry. Did you want me to just pick a top tier and steamroll? Is that what it is? You just want to see Phil steamroll? What's the fun in that? Isn't life about adversity and overcoming adversity? Isn't that my story in the 16 years I've been here, is overcoming adversity and still being here? Why would it have been fun if day one on YouTube I became virally popular, I was a millionaire, and every day I get 1 million viewers on everything? Where's the story there? That's boring. That's fucking stupid. That's brain-dead mouth drooler shit. You want the story of someone who perseveres, right? That's what this is about. That's the interesting stuff, right? There's shortcuts in life, and there's the hard way. I always do the hard way. Don't ask me why. That's just how I am. I always do the hard way. But isn't the hard way the better story? Wouldn't you rather hear the story of the person who did it the difficult way than the guy who just coasted through life, right? The guy who failed up versus the guy who fucking clawed for everything he ever got? What's the difference? It's more entertaining. How do you not understand that? I guess some people don't get that. You know? Soup Fork says, that's why the hobbits walked instead of just taking the eagles to Mount Doom. The hard way is better. Can you imagine? The Lord of the Rings. All right, we're summoning the eagles, Frodo. Here they come. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look, the eagles are here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look, there's Mount Doom. Throw the ring in. Oh, okay, that's the end of the story. Let's go back to the Shire. Dun, 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 dun. It's 5 minutes. And then they're done, and they're all smoking, and they're drinking. That's the end. Sauron didn't even know what the fuck happened. Sauron's like, whoa, oh, he explodes. He has no idea what happened. Wow, that's a great story. All right. Oh my God. Anyway. What species would I be in the Lord of the Ring franchise? Oh God. Who knows, right? Can you imagine? What would I be? You know, some people would say I'm a giant, disgusting, vile, smelly troll, right? Unwashed and caked in feces. And others would say, I'd be the biggest, fattest hobbit, right? Lazy, sitting on his big, giant, smelly feet. Hairy, disgusting, belching constantly, farting, profuse language used constantly, right? Some people said I would be a dwarf, an angry dwarf. And my axe up your arse, right? Who knows? I don't know what I would be. I don't really care. It's a stupid question, but it's silly to joke around. Thank you to Black Cat for a super chat. That's actually the first super chat of the day. Thank you so much, Black Cat. Get that started. A lot of people compliment this shirt. I don't know why. Why do you guys like this shirt so much? This is just one of my many in the rotation, but a lot of people today say, oh, I like the shirt. Is there a reason why you're saying that? Particularly why you like the shirt? Drippy. It's drippy. It's a drippy shirt. You like the drip? Is that what it is? You like the drip? Does it slap? Does the drip slap today? Is that what it is? The colors go well. It's nice juxtaposed to a black undertee. Oh, a fashion stream. We have a fashion stream. Don't tell LTG that I have drip now. Because remember, that was the big thing he said about me last year is that I need to get the right complexion. I need to start looking good, dressing the part, right? Don't tell him that I've improved in the last year. He might, you know, have an aneurysm or something. Matching colors is a great start. There you go. Crispy. That's the word he uses. You got to look crispy. Crispy drip. Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. That's right. You focus on the sexy. You got to get the crispy complexion. You got to get that drip. You got to, you know, that's what it's all about. It's not about actually putting out content people want to watch. It's about how you look when you're making said content, right? Oh my God. I look like a neighborhood dad operating the grill. Well, there you go. There you go. I guess that's better than looking like the neighborhood creep who lives in the basement doing illicit things on the internet that the feds would probably arrest him for, right? Exactly. I'm a normal dude. Do people really give a crap about what I wear in my own home? Yes, constantly. It's weird. When I'm not on stream, people just keep knocking at my door and I answer and they say, why are you wearing that? You look like an idiot. And I'm like, what? And they just walk away. I don't even know who they are. They just line up. There's like a line of people at my front door that just constantly insult what I'm wearing and walk away. It's bizarre. Plus, you know, I live in a private community, so I have no idea how they got in. But it's just weird. By the way, that's a joke. Don't ever come to my house and do that because you'll go right to jail because it's a private community and you're not allowed here. I'm serious. It's actually trespassing if you were to just walk up to my door without reason. You could actually get arrested, so don't do that. Are PJ pants part of the drip? You mean lounge pants? Yes. Wouldn't you like to sit around in comfortable pants all day if you could? Aren't you embarrassed that you can't? I love sitting around in comfortable clothes. All summer I'm wearing right now I'm wearing nice comfy shorts, right? And then all fall winter I'm wearing ridiculously comfortable pants, right? I'm happy for that. Your boss makes you wear slacks, tie, shirt, and vest. I'm very sorry to hear that. I've been there though. I've been there where I had to wear that shit every day. But hey, my job, I get to be nice and comfy, wear the drip. Battleduck says if you're not suffering, there's no way you could be having a good time in your outfit. There you go. Oh, all right, guys. Any final topics anyone would like to discuss before we look to adjourn the show? We got about 10 minutes left. Until we get into endgame of Another Crab's Treasure. Again, guys, please support the stream today. As you know, every stream I do attempt to hit the tier 1 tips goal. If we could do that today, that'd be great. And anything else is appreciated, whether it be a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, or a gifted membership. It all helps the channel. That's how I make my living. So if you like the content, if you could support it today, I would greatly appreciate that. Lawo says, I sent you emails inquiring about being a member and contributing. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever seen that. If you're here in chat, you could do that right now if you're interested. So I'm not sure what you had to ask me. You want to ask me publicly? I don't know what you mean. What do you have to ask? Because I don't think I got your emails. Oh, no, I'm not allergic to peanut butter. Nope. Luckily, I'm not allergic to peanuts. I love peanuts. And nuts of all kinds. They're delicious. I'm happy about that I don't have any kind of a nut allergy. Did I ever eat peanut butter raw? You mean like just take a spoon of peanut butter and eat it? I don't think so. I think I've always put it on something. Raise the kelp. Raise the kelp. I had that crazy outfit I found. Remember, I have an outfit now where I have like flames on my head and shit, and I don't even know what it's supposed to be. People say it's a reference to another video game that I don't even know what it is. But it's a crazy outfit, right? Did I enjoy studying during my education? Did I ace any classes in college? You know, I enjoyed certain classes more than others, and usually it depended more on the subject matter, but also the teacher as well. Like, I had a math teacher that was a really cool guy, and so I liked learning math because of that. And then literally when I was done, I never used the math for anything in my life, but I still enjoyed the classes because the guy was a good teacher and fun to be with. You know what I mean? And vice versa. There might be a subject matter I'm really interested in, but if the teacher's atrocious, then you're not going to have engagement in that class. You're going to wish, fuck, I don't want to go, right? I remember I had a class in my university. It was Native American Studies. Now, the thing is, I like the history of Native Americans. I like learning about that. I like movies, books, stuff. He was the worst teacher I've ever seen. He was the laziest motherfucker. He literally would come to class. He'd have nothing to teach some days. He'd be like, just read the book. And then he'd give you a test, and the test is all information you never talked about in class. Like, what is this test? I don't know what this is. Like, he was literally the worst teacher, so I just stopped going to class. I literally went the minimum required to pass the class, and I remember at the very end, like I passed it with like a C or like a really low average, right? But I passed the class, and he wrote like in a note on a paper or something, like, you know, you really have pushed the boundaries of what it is to pass in college or something like that. So I actually wrote him a note back. I did. I wrote him a note back. I was like, yeah, you really pushed the boundaries of what it means to teach because you never taught a damn thing in class. So I should probably get my money back. And he never responded, but that's what I mean. Like, it depends on who the teacher is, really. Any subject matter can be interesting if you have a good teacher, you know? Oh, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Lawo, if you have any questions, just let me know right now in chat. I'll answer anything you have to say about anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think I got your email, though. Maybe if you sent it, it might have went to my spam folder. Did I ever study computers? Well, in my earliest school days, in my elementary school, we had a computer lab, and it was all Apple IIe computers, like the oldest-ass Apple computers. And I played things like Number Munchers and Oregon Trail on there. And then in high school, we had computer lab, and that's actually where I learned all the popular Microsoft stuff. So Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I learned all that shit in high school. And then in college, I went to college for computer programming. The problem was the teacher was atrociously bad. He was like one of those brainiac dudes who like understood computer programming, but he couldn't relay it or teach it. He just knew it in his head. Probably one of those introvert fuckers. It's like, so why are you a teacher then? If you literally can't teach, why the fuck are you deciding to be a teacher? Just go program. Truth is, he probably couldn't get a job programming, so he decided to teach, and then, it's stupid. So, I've already told this story before, but basically I lucked out, and here's why. So, I started college in the year 2000. That was before the tech bubble burst. So, everyone thought, oh, you want to be a computer programmer because you're going to have, like, a life job, right? Back then, it was all the rage to being in a computer programmer. So, I went for one semester, hated it because the teacher was terrible. I was doing my second semester, and half through my second semester, I couldn't take this guy anymore. And he was the only one teaching computer programming in the whole school. So I said, fuck this. I'm just done with this. So I changed I went back to undeclared, and later I became a finance major. By the time I graduated from that college, the bubble had burst on the tech industry, and no one was hiring computer programmers. So everyone was coming out of college with a degree that you literally could have used to wipe your ass with when you ran out of toilet paper, because there were no jobs. They laid off everyone in the sector. So luckily for me, I didn't do that. I kind of really lucked out. Problem is, I went into finance, and finance is just as bad, because in the finance sector, you need to know someone, or you need to have tons of experience to get a good job. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have experience because I had to work full time to pay for college. So I couldn't do like an unpaid internship or anything like that. I was working the entire time I was in university. So I graduate, and again, I've got a degree, and guess what I could do with it? Wipe my fucking ass with it. So I ended up with the other useless degree. I've literally never, I got one job ever as a result of having a finance degree, and it was working for Wells Fargo Financial, which was known as a predatory lender, meaning we purposefully sought out people with bad credit to give them loans and credit cards that were high interest rate, because we were the only ones who would lend to them, but also with the expectation that they would default and we would just take all their shit. Like, we would get people who had a house that had some equity in it, but not a lot, and we would give them like a 90% loan to value house, meaning they have no equity in their house at all now, and we give them an exorbitant interest rate compared to the rest of the industry, but they would be forced to take it because they had no other out. And then later on, Wells Fargo would just fucking like take their house, which was really fucked up. So basically after that, I said, I'm done with this, and I quit the job after about a year. I couldn't take it anymore, and I went on to do a bunch of other shitty jobs, and then I ended up being a YouTuber. Anyway, a Kung Fu Panda has done a super chat. Thank you to a Kung Fu Panda for the super chat. I don't feel like playing today. Of course I want to play today. I love this game. I love Another Crab's Treasure. Do I feel personally responsible for the 2008 recession? Yes, it was all me. Correct. It was all on me. Totally my fault. All right. All right, guys. Let's end the show, and let's get to Another Crab's Treasure. I hope that you guys are excited to see how it all... Well, I guess we're not finishing it today. I thought we would, and some people are like, no, you're probably going to have 2 streams of it. That's fine with me. Let's see where this end game goes. All right, thank you, guys. Great podcast today. Great way to end the week. Thanks for chilling with me. I hope you enjoy tomorrow away from the streams. I shall return on Friday with a very fun day of content. And, of course, another jam-packed and loaded podcast. So, thank you guys very much. I will see you Friday.